We are approaching the end of the year, which means it's time for me to do my annual What I Got Wrong video. And we're starting all the way back in February when I did a double stitch, starting with this young lady asking why it is that the guys on apps that she likes never seem to like her back. Which led to the misogynist behind the account Homath explaining the 80-20 rule and that she was going after the top guys that every girl is interested in. Now, I correctly explained that this rule is nonsense, it does not exist, and that rather than people existing on some sort of numerical scale, it is much more likely that people are dating within a set of interests, or a community, or even an ideological grouping. However, I concluded the video by saying that maybe she was dating out of her league, which implied the exact opposite of what I had just said. I was careless and I undermined my entire point. My next retraction followed only a few days later. I must have been having a terrible week, when I stitched Abby Eckel making the point that men are poor listeners, men don't even listen to other men. And I responded by talking about the kinds of men and the situations in which men will listen to other men. The reason that this video is appearing on my list of mistakes is not because I think I chose poor research or I chose the wrong words, but rather it has to do with the context in which I offered this response. Because it comes off as mansplaining. It was mansplaining and it was patronizing. The third correction I'm going to offer here is actually just a correction to one frame within what I think is otherwise a very strong video outlining all of the reasons why single father households appear to do better than single mother households. Because I was so focused on the why and how that I moved far too quickly in outlining just the variety of ways in which those single father households outperform the single mother ones. The source that I used here is not accurate. These stats are preposterous. I should have realized at a glance the claim that a child from a single mother household is 10 times more likely to abuse a substance. That doesn't even pass the sniff test. Honestly, this is an embarrassing mistake for me to have made. And the fourth and final correction is actually more of an elaboration on the answer that I gave to Doug Weaver's question about whether men should pay for the whole date. And what I offered was a totally unambiguous yes for a variety of reasons. And what I meant to say, but did not actually say, is that men should always offer to pay for the entire date. And that women have every right to say no for whatever reason if they don't want to take him up on that offer. The language that I used was much too absolutist. It made people uncomfortable, and I am sorry about that. And those are the only 4 mistakes that I made the entire... No, of course not. But those are the 4 that stood out and that I wanted to address here.